Selling a home when you are behind on your HOA dues can feel like a high-stakes race against time. The pressure multiplies the moment your account is handed over to a collection agency or a law firm. You might worry that the association will completely block your sale. The baseline reality is reassuring. A real estate listing is a private contract between you and a buyer. You maintain the right to sell your property and salvage your equity. But your delinquency changes the mechanics of the closing. To navigate this successfully, you need 3 specific things in place: an active purchase contract, a selected title company, and direct communication with the HOA's collection attorney. Successfully closing the deal requires navigating the specific legal requirements of the collection process before the clock runs out. The most critical compliance warning for any delinquent seller is this: simply putting your home on the market or putting a for sale sign in your yard does nothing to halt an active HOA foreclosure timeline. To protect yourself, the first maneuver is to have your real estate agent or title closer send a copy of the fully executed purchase contract directly to the HOA's attorney. Showing them a definitive closing date proves they will get paid in full soon, which frequently convinces them to voluntarily pause active court hearings. If the HOA has already filed a foreclosure lawsuit and the court deadlines are advancing faster than your real estate closing, Florida law provides a specific lifeline called a qualifying offer. This diagram illustrates how the qualifying offer interacts with the court. You file a sworn statement admitting you owe the debt and pledging to pay it in full by a specific date. Filing this automatically enforces a strict 60-day pause on the foreclosure action. This proactive legal communication converts a ticking foreclosure countdown into a manageable window, protecting your property from public auction while your agent finalizes the deal. With the foreclosure clock paused, the next step shifts to the title company. They are legally required to order an Estoppel certificate from the HOA immediately upon entering the contract period. Buyers and title companies demand this certificate because of a rule in Florida law called joint and several liability. If a buyer closes on your home and the debt isn't paid, the HOA can legally target the new homeowner for your old unpaid balance. When you receive this certificate, expect some sticker shock. The total payoff demand will be drastically higher than the base monthly dues you missed. Under Florida law, payments follow a strict statutory order. First, funds satisfy accrued interest. Next, money spills down to cover administrative late fees, then collection costs and attorney's fees. Only after these legal layers are paid does money reach the principal dues. If those out-of-control legal costs push the total debt higher than what your home is worth on the open market, you enter a short sale. In this scenario, you must negotiate a financial loss with both your primary mortgage lender and the HOA board to proceed. Whether it's a standard sale or a short sale, the Estoppel certificate removes all the guesswork. It translates your abstract legal jeopardy into a single, unarguable dollar amount required to clear the title. It is incredibly common to look at that final dollar amount and agree with the back dues, but strongly dispute the inflated legal junk fees tacked on by the collection attorney. If you try to fight those fees while your home is under contract, the attorney will simply refuse to issue a clear estoppel, permanently freezing your real estate transaction. To keep the sale moving, utilize an escrow holdback agreement. First, the uncontested money is routed immediately to the association to satisfy your base debt. Meanwhile, the disputed legal fees are separated and held securely in a locked title escrow account. This financial split satisfies the HOA enough to issue a conditional release of lien. The title transfers safely to the buyer, and you can litigate the fairness of the fees post-closing with the escrow cash acting as collateral. The escrow holdback physically separates the real estate transaction from the legal dispute. You save the home sale without forcing yourself to surrender to unfair fees. Now that you have an Estoppel certificate, you have to monitor its timeline. In Florida, an Estoppel typically carries a strict 30-day expiration date because your account in collections is subject to daily accumulating per diem interest. If your buyer's mortgage lender encounters an underwriting delay and pushes the closing back past that expiration date, the certificate is instantly voided. This delay can cause the buyer's mortgage rate lock to expire and potentially destroy the deal entirely. This leads to a major trap. Once your home is under contract, do not log in to the HOA portal to make independent partial payments. Doing this throws off the accounting alignment. It forces the title company to discard the current estoppel, halts the closing, and triggers another expensive statutory preparation fee for a brand new payoff document. Total administrative discipline is required here. Once the estoppel is ordered, completely freeze all independent financial actions and let the title company steer the ship. By neutralizing the foreclosure threat, locking in the debt, bypassing fee disputes, and preserving your timeline, you reach the closing table with your transaction intact. The mechanical reality of this closing is streamlined. The exact balance due is handled for you, meaning you will not need to write any personal checks to the HOA or their attorney. Instead, the title agent will automatically subtract the negotiated total debt directly from your home sale proceeds and wire it straight to the HOA's collection attorney to clear the lien. Selling a home while in collections is a process governed by strict legal sequences. But with transparency and these specific title maneuvers, you can protect your remaining equity and complete the sale.